Welcome to the Rural Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Dana Larson. On today's episode, we're with Katie Cloud-Paulsen of Katie & Company in Anthon, Iowa, where you'll find painted vintage furniture, candles, a custom fragrance line, and more. It started out with Katie painting furniture for her dorm room in college, and now she and her husband are restoring a historic downtown building where she'll operate her shop out of and where they're renovating 3 apartments on the upper level. Katie is also bringing something new to the area in just a few weeks, the Made and Found Midwest Market. We're talking about it all on today's episode. So here we go with Katie Cloud-Paulsen. All right, well, we're here today with Katie Cloud-Paulsen of Katie & Company in Anthon, Iowa. Katie, thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us about you. Did you grow up here in Anthon?
Anthon is my hometown, yes. We actually lived out in the country until I think we moved here when I was in second grade. So it was, you want to move to town when you're a little kid. You're like, oh, we're going to ride our bikes. So, yeah, it was like third grade when I moved to actual town. And then, I grew up here and graduated from Maple Valley, Anthon.
Very cool. So when and how did the idea for Katie & Company come about?
When I was in college, I had dated a guy, and his mom and dad they did like junk stock, and he did furniture and cabinet building and stuff, and I really loved helping and like being involved in it, and I thought it was so interesting. And then when I had my own apartment, obviously, you're in college and you're broke, I needed furniture, and so I would go to thrift stores and find pieces and use his paint technique that I took away from him and just paint stuff for my apartment. And that's kind of how the furniture started. And I had friends asking me then to do stuff for them. And I then later on had a baby, and I didn't want to go back to work full time. And I said, you know what, I can make money doing this. I can stay home and work on furniture and sell it on Facebook and do this and Craigslist and whatever. So that's kind of where it all really started. And then when I moved back home to Anthon, my husband now said, you need to have a store, and he really pushed me to do that. And so that's when we got legit and became an actual business, and that's how we got Katie & Company.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what was that like stepping out, doing it full time? I mean, that's
so scary.
Yeah.
So scary. So this was like 2013. 2012, Hazel was born. So yeah, it was like it was 2013, and I was like, I'm quitting something I went to college for. Like, I can do this, but it's unpredictable. You don't know. So yes, definitely scary, but if it's worth it, it's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Nothing that's easy, and it has to be scary, and it had to be hard. So I'm so glad it was one of the best decisions I've ever made, because here I am today, 10 years later, still doing it. So
yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
But definitely scary. Yeah. But I'm glad I took the leap.
Yeah. And you've expanded into a lot of other things in addition to furniture.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. So when I had my store in Mobile was where I had my first store, and I just kind of basically did furniture. Well, I'm like, I need home decor. So that's when I started picking and finding just little like vintage and antique home decor items. And then I was like, I need to make candles because they go with home decor. And I had dabbled in it before, for 4-H and growing up and just for fun. And so I started making candles because not everyone that's coming in is buying a giant buffet and a dresser.
Right.
So that was something everyone could take with them.
So from candles, you then sort of expanded into just a whole home fragrance line.
Yeah.
Tell us about your product line.
Okay, so I started, and I still am, using like 8-ounce and 16-ounce mason jars. And I did wax melts, for your melting pots. And that was kind of the gist of what I had for a good, 2 years. And then I added like room and linen sprays, which are huge items. Like, they're huge hits for my customers. They love them because they last all day, and like you barely need any.
Yeah.
So definitely a really good product to add. And then I was like, well, that was good. What else can I do? And I when I moved into the building here in town, I had way more room, to store things, to buy things, to have things. Whereas before, I was like, I can't add all this stuff because I don't have the room to put
Right,
anything.
yeah.
So moving into this building has really helped me expand in the product department. Since then I've added reed diffusers. I have now dry oil, which is like a moisturizing body oil that soaks into your skin really good, really fast, and not sits on top of it. I've created 4 perfumes. 2 are very feminine. 1 is kind of masculine, but it could go either way. What else? I have some little car diffusers, and I do a seasonal box. I used to do it every season, but it got to be a lot and crazy when you're kind of a one-man band. With my friend Kayla now helping, we've kind of figured out ways to make it work better, and we're doing a spring-summer box and a fall-winter box. So they're a little bigger than what they were before and better because we have more time, And
Yeah.
still, like, ordering stuff can be really hard right now. There's
Yeah.
still things that are out of stock and
Delayed. Yeah.
and so we're actually planning for our fall winter box right now, and that is where I'll add products that I love also, but don't necessarily have full time because I can't add anything else right now.
Yeah.
I think I go crazy. So like I'm like, oh, I really wanted to do sugar scrubs and soaps. So we'll do something unique like that. That is just a limited edition. And then in each box, I include a maker, like just people that are friends of mine that are makers, people I've met online, local people that are makers, just something in each box that somebody else has done is included. And so that's a really cool big thing that we do, that I like, like I said, being able to help support other small businesses. So then we have like birthday boxes and thank you boxes and just fun little stuff like that, which is on my website. But yeah, so I mean, it went from candles and wax melts to all these different things in the matter of a year, just from being able to expand the space.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And did you create all those scents and everything? You developed them all yourself?
Yes. So some of them, you can buy. Like I have a couple dupes for some really classy candles that you can not afford if you're an average American. And then what we do is like custom blend our own so that they're unique and different, which is hard because it's a lot of testing and there's certain levels of oil per wax depending on your wax, and you need to have your wick size right. And then sometimes it's better if you have less oil and it smells stronger than if you have more oil. So it's a whole science, really. So yeah, we've custom blended and created some of our very own fragrances that you won't find anywhere but here, which is pretty unique and special to us. So
Yeah.
and then actually during COVID, I actually closed my store, and the candle business got crazy. And you think like, okay, everyone's losing their smell if they're sick, and candle business should be really bad right now. But I was shipping them more. I was working out of the little original farmhouse on our property. It's really tiny, and it just got to be so good. And I was expanding and I didn't have the room. So that's when we came to Anthon and bought. We had like thought about it and said, that's crazy. Like, we wouldn't buy this big building. And I already had a store. Like, I feel like that part of my trip is over. I didn't know if I wanted another like physical location. The online thing was so easy. I could work in my pajamas.
Right, yeah.
I didn't have to do my hair and put makeup on. But the more we drove by, the more we talked about it, it made sense. So then we bought this building here in Anthon, and now we have a little candle factory in the back, and we have built, we got a grant from the state of Iowa. Actually, the city owned this building, and they had a grant. So when we had bought it, it came with the grant. And so we had remodeled one of the 3 units upstairs. So now we have like a little rental unit up there, and people come and stay on the weekends if they're visiting family or friends or have a golf tournament or a reunion or whatever. There's usually somebody up there almost every weekend, so it's been really good. So we have that, and then the candles in the back and the storefront. Eventually, we will get this back open, and I don't know what the plan is yet. If we'll do every week, or if we'll do a huge monthly grand opening, or what we're gonna do. So we're still remodeling up front, redoing the face of the store, and that's just taking time. Windows are taking time to get, and when you're doing stuff all yourself, it just takes a little bit longer than hiring, a big crew to come in and just do it for you. So that's kind of where we're at, and why we ended up where we're at.
Well, this building, I'm going to put pictures on the blog, and you can see it on Katie's Instagram. It's amazing, and even what you've done so far looks so good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
What has the town's response been?
It's been so good. I feel like a small community, you just almost know everybody.
Yeah.
So people aren't afraid to tell you what they really think.
You're right.
Whether it be a positive to you or maybe kind of a set, like I guess you have the right to your opinion, whatever. So it's been really good. The feedback's been really good. Doing the upstairs, we replaced all the windows, and they're black with muttons in them. So it's really just kind of cool. They're back to original size. It just classed up the building a lot. And once we get the front redone, the windows, I just can't wait. I'm so excited for that. But it's been really good. They're so small towns are so supportive, even just the surrounding towns.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I always have people stopping by and just wanting to check it out and see what's going on, and so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's been really good.
Awesome. So what do you plan to do with the other apartments upstairs?
I want to eventually do the same type of thing. Actually, the one we have now, it's just a one bedroom. It's pretty spacious though, and we're doing just like the weekend rent, not even weekend, it's just nightly rental. And then the one across the hall, it was a 2-bedroom unit, but we had to use one of the bedrooms for a fire escape. So now it's down to a 1-bedroom also. It's a little smaller. So I think a studio apartment that we would rent out full time would be a good idea for that. And like that might change because we're so random and things change all the time. And then the front unit is huge. Like it's a 4-bedroom. It's got a huge bathroom, and it's got a kitchen, dining room, living room. I would love to just gut the whole thing and make it one big open room and have like a kitchen and a bathroom and use it, let people use it, rent it. For instance, like when we have family get-togethers, like no one's house is big enough. I'm like, this would be great. Like we could have tables set up in there, just little things like that. So I don't know, maybe we'll make that a bigger apartment too. I don't know.
Wow.
So
was it always housing upstairs?
Yeah, I think there was some points in time where I know there was like a insurance, like a real estate business up there, and definitely living apartments, and a telephone wire was up there at one point.
Wow.
So yeah.
Cool.
And I'm sure there's been other things. I just don't maybe know the whole history about them yet.
And was the main floor a grocery store?
Always has been. The abstract date was 18. I can't remember exactly. Like old. Like this was like the first building.
Wow.
Like the depot was by the highway, and then it was here. And it's always been
amazing.
It's always been a dry goods grocery store, and the meat was in the back, and there was a whole nother entrance in the back side there at one point. And then it was divided down the middle, and then the east side was a pharmacy. So it had the pharmacy and drugstore, and then the dry goods store. So there was 2 separate entrances, but now it's made into one. And when I was growing up, this was a grocery store. So that's always what it's been. Never anything else. So.
Well, it's awesome.
I ran up and down those aisles.
What was the first dollar you made as an entrepreneur?
It was a 4-drawer dresser that I painted. I was actually pregnant, and I painted it for Hazel's bedroom. And then it turned out a little bit too, maybe masculine. Like it wasn't maybe for a little girl, it was more for a little boy.
Uh-huh.
And I like remember changing the knobs on it thinking, oh, I can do pink ones. I'm like, no, this is not going good. So I put it on Craigslist, and that was, I would say, the first time I actually sold something. I wasn't actually Katie and Company then, but I would say that was pretty much what made it click in my head that I can do that. I can do this. So that would be it.
I love it. How have you seen your design style change? Because I feel like when you started, everything was like chippy,
Oh, yeah.
and
The
now,
farmhouse chippy, white,
yeah,
big, chunky, chippy legs and stuff. Um, Definitely, I feel like there's trends and they kind of go in and come, just like everything.
yeah,
But yeah, started with really farmhouse look, really heavy distressed and chippy and like kind of like that dark waxed look,
uh-huh,
And as I got older, and that maybe my style changed, and that's kind of why my furniture paint style changed. Like I'll still do that style on the right piece, but I've really gotten away from it. Anything like farmhouse I consider now or do is just really clean and white and some distressing, but nothing crazy. So it's definitely changed. I feel like right now I'm like more like modern farmhouse still, like modern vintage. I don't do a lot of like mid-century. I love the style.
yeah,
This does not fit into like our home.
yep.
So every once in a while I'll find a really neat like mid-century piece. I'll do it, but definitely just kind of modern, vintage, modern farmhouse is where we're at right now. I don't feel like that is gonna really change much for me. I feel like I worked up to where I loved in that department. So I think that's where it'll stay.
Well, your furniture is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing. It's so fun. Like it's definitely a labor of love, and like blood, sweat, and tears is no joke. Like I said, I haven't been working on anything lately just because we're trying to keep up with the building, and I've just since I've moved into this building, we have 50 wholesalers for our candles across the United States right now,
Wow.
and that takes up a lot of time
Yeah.
and shipping and
Yep.
I have a couple of really cool influencers that I have on Instagram that have been helping me out a lot with that. So keeping up with that. But the last couple of weeks I've been painting to get some pieces ready for the market, and I love it. But I think it was really good to take that break for a while. Like, you get kind of burned out.
Uh-huh.
When I was doing so much custom stuff, and it wasn't like my own creativity flowing out, it was
Yeah.
somebody else's trying to flow out through me, and I was like, this doesn't feel the same. So I think I needed that break. But the last couple of weeks, I'm like, gosh, I've missed this so much, and it feels really good to paint again. So
That's great.
I definitely am going to make more time for it. And my furniture shop was quite cluttered. And that was another thing. I'd look at it and be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm like, I just got to get back into it. And I'm glad I did because, yeah, it definitely fuels the soul and helps with that creativity.
I think we don't realize too how much time goes into it because I feel like, at least for me in my head, I'm like, oh, I'll just paint that quick. It won't take long. But
Yeah.
that's
Even
not
like a
how it
wall.
happens.
Like
Yeah.
your trim, you're like, I can do that today. And then you're like, no. Like,
Yeah.
that I set that goal for myself too. And then you don't want to rush things, but I'm like, okay, this buffet, I will have it done in 2 days. Well, the one I just worked on, it was like 4 solid 9-hour days. I'm like, I did not see this happening this way. But as you go, you sometimes change things. But yeah, definitely there's other pieces that take a lot more time. And those are the ones I seem to pick, that have a little damage, that need a little extra love.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What have been some of your biggest lessons that you've learned as a business owner or even in renovating this building? I mean, it's a huge undertaking.
Definitely everything takes time. Like, you want things to happen so fast. So I realized I need to chill out and relax and take a break and just take things as they come. Definitely that, nothing is as perfect as, like, if you're thinking it in your head, just be prepared for, the good and the bad. And I think when you put your mind to something that you want to do, you can definitely do it. I mean, in business or in, renovating the building or whatever. There's always there's positive, and there's so many business lessons that I've learned just from, the financial end. And I've learned how to maybe save money and spend it where I should and not on things that you maybe want. But there's just, yeah, it's been a lot of learning for me and both my husband too with his business. We're learning from each other.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice to have somebody else, in business too together.
Yeah. And he's an auctioneer, right?
He's an auctioneer, yeah. They're, with the way it is now, a lot of auctions are online. He does a lot of like big machinery auction.
Okay.
They have a consignment auction twice a year right now, and then lots of like household and selling homes. So it's going great. So I've been helping a lot with that also. So
it probably doesn't help when you're trying, or probably doesn't hurt when you're trying to find furniture either.
No, it's actually been really beneficial in that way. Even just like Crocs, and antique and vintage items, I get the first look, and I'm like, ooh, I know that's on there. I'm gonna get that. So, yeah, it's been really good. But now I always tease him. I'm like, okay, like I helped you. Now you gotta come wick some jars and help me make some candles. So
I love it.
Yeah.
What's the best part about being a small business owner?
The gratification of just like setting goals and crushing them and just working really hard and seeing the benefit of it. Like just having people and like family, like just be proud.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot. It's just a good feeling to be able to do what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned that your husband helps you, your daughter. How's your family all involved in this? I know your dad's part of this too.
Yeah, huge. So Dad actually redid the apartment upstairs. I kind of just like gave him my ideas. He just maybe thought I was crazy sometimes, but went with it. So he's done like pretty much everything upstairs. I mean, we hired an electrician to come and do that kind of stuff, but he was there, right beside him. And he has helped a lot down here. We've gutted down here and took out ceiling, and we ripped flooring out back down to the original wood floors. He's redid all the windows upstairs. He'll end up being the one who does the windows out front here. Just remodeling everything. He's actually helping us build our house right now. So I'm like, we can add home builder to your list of things. Yeah, your resume. Home builder. He's like, no. But he's just super handy and has helped with just everything here. Even my mom, like when I first moved in here, helped a lot with getting started and getting everything moved here and getting up and going. And my sister is always there for advice, and she's super helpful with social media stuff for me. My brother is actually helping build our house also with my dad. So everyone is involved. I mean, even Kurt's family, his dad and mom have been so supportive and helpful to us in both of our businesses. So just everybody. Good
That's
family.
awesome. Yeah, great family.
Yeah.
Preservation and restoration are at the heart of so much of what you do. Has this always been a theme in your life, do you feel like?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily knew about it the whole time, but it's just definitely something I'm super passionate about.
Yeah.
So it maybe just didn't realize it until I had to be an adult, you know what I mean?
Right,
And grow up a little bit. Yes. I don't know why, but everything vintage, everything old, everything that someone think might be junk, I'm like, can't see the other side of it? Like, I can.
Yeah.
So definitely old soul.
Love it. Me too.
I have a signature candle, which I've had since the beginning of time. When I had my store in Mobile, my address was 305 Main. So I had a candle called 305 Main. And since moving to this location, I said, this is not my address anymore. Like, that's not special to me in that way. It is still, because that, is where I started. But I'm like, I got to have a name for this. And I just instantly, it was like, Old Soul. I'm an old soul. Old Soul, like it has like a tobacco-y, caramely smell to it, vanilla. So I'm like, this is it. This is perfect. So That's like my signature scent that I haven't had anybody tell me they don't like. So,
Very fun.
yeah.
So you're also starting something new coming up here at the end of the month, the Made and Found Midwest Market.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh, we're so excited. Okay, so I wanted to do this for a long time, actually. And I think it's just, I'm not afraid to like do things, but this was
Yeah.
a big thing. Like I wanted it to be a big deal. And so just like over the last 3 years, I've just been brainstorming and thinking about it. And finally I was like, my sister, we were talking, she's like, you just got to do it. She's like, you got to do it or I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I said, let's do it together because I can't do this myself. Like this is a big, big thing. And I want to do it right.
Yeah.
So my best friend from high school, Kayla, who is also my right-hand gal here, her and I and my sister decided we'll do it together. We need 3 of us at least.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to take to get this going. So my original idea was to have a market outside in the fall because it's beautiful here, and fill it with people that do kind of what I do, like small business that makers and pickers and refinishers, home growers, just something that you're doing with your hands that you're creating. And so this year we decided like 2.5 months ago, we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna do it. We got 2.5 months to figure this out, and it's going so good. We have 40 vendors, maybe a possible 41 vendors, which is so exciting because I think
Yeah.
our goal was like if we have 20, like that would be just awesome. So we kicked that goal right in the butt. And we're having it here in Anthon, in our hometown. And it's just going to be in the big grassy patch down by the river. It's called Stalls Park, and it's near the shelter park and the ball field. So, like all of our vendors are pretty local. Like we have a Sioux Falls vendor, one that's close to Council Bluffs, Omaha area, east of Des Moines. So other than that, everybody's kind of like within a 100-mile radius of here.
Yeah.
And I've just learned so much about businesses I didn't even know about. And I'm all over that. Like I want to know what's going on and who's here and
Yes.
what I can support. I'm all about that. We support small business. And that's what I wanted to do was create awareness and, show these people like they're here. And it's just something I'm passionate about, I guess. So anyway, so we seeked out vendors. We put it out on Facebook. We did a lot of, word of mouth, and it's gone so good. And like I said, we have 40 vendors. We have people that do jewelry. We have pottery. There's a couple, me and another gal that are doing like candles. I will definitely have some furniture, which I haven't done any for a long time because we've just been so busy with the building and the candle business. We have some bakeries coming. We have a couple food trucks. We have a mimosa Bloody Mary bar. We have some t-shirt makers, just a lot of, we tried to keep it so we weren't having all of the same thing. We really kind of kept our vendors unique. And so everyone seems really excited. It's exciting that we're doing it here in Anthon. So I just hope we don't run out of parking places because it sounds like it's going to be really good and everyone's really excited for it. So, but yeah, it's September 25th here in town, and it's just a one-day event this year so far. And we've gotten some great sponsors to help sponsor the event, and we'll actually have a little Made and Found booth, and we'll have t-shirts, and we have a custom candle we did for Made and Found, and we'll have a big photo booth set up with an old truck and lots of mums and pumpkins, and we have a vintage couch I think we're going to bring and use it. So it should be so fun. It's a great, like I said, to get to know who these small businesses are in our area and do some early Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, we're so excited. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's coming up so fast, but I'm so ready to know what it's going to be like, the first year. So excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I love that you're doing it in a small town. I think
Yeah.
that's great.
Yep.
So Yeah.
You can do anything.
You can. It's true. It's true. Any last words for our audience?
Just follow your dreams.
Yeah. Yep. How do we follow along with everything you have going on?
My Facebook page is Katie and Company Home. I used to be furniture restorations, and then when I started doing other things, I'm like, hey, I need to just be one thing that says all the things.
Yes.
So it's Katie and Company Home. My Instagram handle is Katie Cloud. And if you want to really follow along, that's the place, because I do a lot of personal life in there too with family. Not so much on my Facebook page, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Instagram is just different. I feel like I just maybe show a little bit more of who I am there. So definitely Instagram. I have a website. It's katiecofurniture.com. Usually I'll have furniture on there. I don't ship any, just local pickup.
Yep.
I do ship candles and all my home fragrance items. And just in the United States right now, we're working to try to do international. So you can order them on my website, and someday I'll learn how to keep a blog and try to keep up that way. I keep saying I'm going to do it. It's just way at the back of my pile right now. So, but yeah, that's where you'll find me.
And the market is on Facebook too, right?
The market is on Facebook too. It's just made, and then the plus symbol for the and, made plus found, Midwest Market. Yep, it's on there, and we've shared all of our vendors. We actually have a few more to share still next week. The vendors are on there that are coming, and so you'll be able to kind of get a sneak peek of what you'll be seeing and who you'll be meeting at the market.
Perfect. Katie, thanks for being on the podcast. Yes. This was great.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Well, that was such a fun conversation, and I'm so excited for the Made and Found Midwest Market coming up on September 25th. If you live in the area or you're looking for a good road trip, mark your calendars, call up a few friends, and make plans to come. And make sure you drive by Katie's building when you come through town and check out Katie and Company online. And we've got all of that linked for you in the show notes. If you want to get people talking about what could be in your small town, our new What Could Be Tour Kit has everything you need to take your community on a tour through your town's vacant buildings and show them what's possible. From building cleanup days to staged storefronts to engaging other local businesses, this tour is a great way to spark economic development in your community and shift the mindset from what used to be to what could be. Our tour kit shows you how to do all of this on a $0 budget with the help of volunteers and sponsors. So head to our website for more info and to get your kit today. And a little insider information, it's even on sale for a short time, so be sure to take advantage of that. Huge thanks to Katie for being on the podcast today, and thanks to you for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody.